Hello everyone and welcome back to Cowabunga Corner Reviews. In this episode I have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Mutations 2 in 1. And what it means by 2 in 1, when we normally see the mutations being like, you know, them turning into something, we normally see them turning into something that is just one other character. Like a Ninja Turtle turning into a turtle. Or you're snapping the characters on the mix and matches to make one single character. But these, when they mutate, they actually mutate into 2 items. They go from a turtle into a pair of nunchucks. So these turtles mutate into their ninja weapons. Let's check out the box. The box is a bit different. It actually kind of reminds me of a bigger version of the old mutation boxes. The old mutation boxes had a flap that opened so you could see the toy. But the box itself was about half the length size, and it would just have the turtle inside, and you open it up and see it and then cover it back up. Now we got a flap on the side only, and this flap transforms Mikey into 2 nunchucks. It shows Mikey. It shows him splitting apart in the chuck part, and then it shows that going together and that they're chucks, and it shows a kid holding the chucks. Nunchucks transform over 11 inches. I've never seen Ninja Turtle toys transform into their weapons before as a product on the market. So this is new with the Nickelodeon line. Let's see if it continues with future series of the Ninja Turtles. If this is a good sale or if it's a good product. The back of Mikey's box, and this is one thing that I really love with this line, all of their boxes are their own individual boxes. Ta-da! It shows Raph transforming. It shows Mikey transforming. On the back it shows Mikey, and on the back it shows Raph. And up at the top it says, darn. I was getting excited for a moment there thinking that it would say different things too. But no. The only thing different at the top is their names. So I don't need to read Raph and Leo's as I go to them, but I will read Michelangelo's as I normally do. Michelangelo, Ninja Turtle into weapon, mutated from ooze and raised in the ways of ninjutsu by their rat sensei Splinter. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are ready to venture outside their sewer lair to fight evil everywhere. The Ninja Turtles transform into their powerful, iconic weapons to fight the forces of evil. And it says Mikey transforms into his powerful nunchucks. And then it shows that there's Leo and Raph, but look, there's no Donatello. As mentioned in the recent review I did for the interactive talking Ninja Turtle toys, Donatello is sadly going to be a rare item because he's not the most selling. They also pick on the fact that they'd just be mutating him into a stick. But the bow staff is my favorite weapon. But Mikey's my favorite turtle. Let's get going on him. I'm going to start off by opening up this side of the box. Not much there, just one piece of tape that I could see. Actually, I see more tape. Pull up on the back here so that you can pull out the side flap. Instructions inside. They must be talking about these instructions. And he comes with only one booklet. First, let's pull Mikey out of here. This Mikey has something that I really love to say about him. Not one. That's right. Not one twist tie. More and more, I love the packaging for this certain turtle toy. And look, the nunchucks come with its own little pair of nunchucks. Because this toy is so convenient to put back in packaging on how easy it came out, I'm actually going to keep the plastic on this one so that if I want to store them, I will actually have the boxes to be able to do so and put them away and keep them nice and safe. I want to put Mikey's arms on him. This is different because his shell is the nunchucks handle. So you're attaching nunchucks to his back instead of having a shell, which explains how you get the nunchucks handles. But you bring those forward and you have Mikey. And he's got his cute little chucks here, which slide into his hands. Holds both chucks without a problem. Now he has joints in his wrist, his elbows, his shoulder. Well, that's obvious. It rolls all around. His waist don't have much. His knees don't have anything. His toes do, so they can mutate into Chucks. But the legs are straighter than I've ever seen a Ninja Turtle leg. Now, it's kind of funny because I thought the idea of him mutating into his Chucks was kind of weird and even sounded a bit painful. As I look at this Michelangelo, I think he agrees. He does not look happy. He does not look angry. He looks like he's suffering and pain. He's got this screaming look on his face like he's really, really hurting on something. And that something, I'm just going to come out and say it, that something is, he's got, well, stiff joints, and he's going to be turned into weapons. Can you picture how painful that mutation would have to be? I've never had turtles that turn into weapons. I am going to actually open up the directions on this one. I might follow them loosely because I think I have some ideas on what I'm doing. First, you take the Chucks off the back, and then they show you splitting Michelangelo in half. Yeah, see scream of pain? Ah! Poor Mikey. That does not look comfortable, and he really does look like he's in pain. Pull apart figure. Open both side tabs. So you open up the sides, which are these brown things right on the side of him. And then swivel head around halfway. And then rotate head slot until blade is straight up. Oh, that's supposed to be open, that's right. Thought I opened that. Oh. When they say open up both sides tabs, each of these have 2 side tabs. So you got to open them both up. That's the only way to rotate the head. Okay. We're making the Screaming Mikey head disappear now. Poor Mikey. Rotate toes in. So you take the toes and you make sure they're inside the handle. Then you close up the sides and you connect the 2 Chucks handles. That little snappy thing. I'm sorry, they failed the first test. The first test of any nunchucks is, can they spin? These Chucks do not spin. I'm trying. I am trying to make them spin, but this is not a spinning nunchuck. Wait. There we go. Got a figure 8 going. Somehow, they saved themselves at the last second to say they are partially a working spinning pair of nunchucks. But these are not really that good of chucks. Now with the shell that actually looks like nunchuck handles, you open that up, you pull out the inside piece there, you take the arm, you put that in there. They show us an empty hand. There is nowhere to put your little nunchucks that come with this. That's a fail for me. I like having somewhere to put my weapons. And you gotta rotate the hand so the thumb is up. Yeah, see, I like somewhere to put the little chucks. And then you close that up. Again, I gotta take the chuck out of his hands. See, if you're gonna have it mutate and he has a weapon, it's good to just make it so the weapon can be part of the mutation too. Just a little extra storage inside the chuck. And then you connect these 2 the same way that you connected the other 2. There's this little snip and the ring. 2 pair of nunchucks that make it look like I am April O'Neil from The Secret of the Ooze, trying to convince Ernie Reyes Jr. as Keno that I know how to chuck. I'm going to mutate him back into a turtle because for me, he just, even though he's screaming in pain, he was better as a turtle than a pair of nunchucks. You just reverse what you did to mutate him back. If you remember how you mutated him, let me hand him his chucks. This way these chucks aren't just floating out in the middle of nowhere going, "We're forgotten weapons." Free the turtle from his nunchuck world of being nunchucks. Mutate him back. I don't know how I feel about Mikey's right now, mainly because I love the nunchucks, and I really did just feel that the nunchucks got a bit of a jip there. What would have been cool is if they made an attractable string that could have came out on the ends of each of these, so that when you clipped it, you're actually clicking a little string and you can actually spin them a little bit. It doesn't have to be a long one, but long enough to actually do the job. That would have been nice. but this is their first attempt at turning a turtle into their weapons. So I gotta give them props on the creativity. Mikey's weapon, which is probably going to be the one I have the worst problem with since I am such a Mikey fan. Mikey's is not really that cool for the fact that you can't do any spins no matter how big or small your hands are. There's the direction sheet I was just following, and I did everything including reversing it. And then no Donatello. I'm used to going from Mikey to Donnie, but today we are going from Mikey to Raph. Again, not reading the box this time because the box does say the exact same thing, which it shouldn't need to. At least we know the box is easy to open and just pull out your character. Again, beautiful, no twist ties. Okay, I think the artists who were doing these actually just wanted to have fun with the turtles' faces. Because these expressions are not fighting expressions. This is seriously painful, and I don't know why I'm in this pose expressions. Mikey had it, and now Raph has it, and it's really amusing. I love the sculpture artist who actually put this together because I like the faces. He looks so pissed, but at the same time, he looks like he can't do anything about whatever he's mad about. And we know what he's mad about. He's mad because I'm about to mutate this shell. He does hold his size, but his size have a thicker handle than his hands. So you gotta really squeeze to get them into his hands. See, he's got his little size there. Assuming about the same thing, you take off, no? You separate him whole. That was different. His arm comes down so that his head can rotate in. Remember to turn the head to make it be able to rotate in. Not sure what I'm supposed to do with his arm yet. Oh, I think I see what to do there. 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 That pulls out like that. I can get the blade out at least. I'm going to have to look at the directions because he's got a arm flinging down. Okay, so it shows pull the side arms down, rotating the head, push arm through midsection until it is flat across. Twist it downward and then push it all the way through. Got it! That was very confusing for a moment there. And then his head should be able to fold down in there. And you take his plastron and shape that down like that. That's shaped down like that. That's shaped down like that. There we go. One side. Of course you can mutate these faster when you know what you're doing. I did not know what I was doing. I went into this blindly. Now let's get his head inside of here. I have Raphael's size. Okay, size-wise. You can hold it like this, you can hold it like this, you can hold them in the different positions. So, for a toy that mutates into a weapon, right now for me, he seems extremely difficult. And this is my own fault, because I did not follow the directions from the get-go, and I definitely had issues with those arms. But, they won't hold up against a sword. But they can look cool for photo ops and stuff because they can actually take the shape of size. This is the mutate the turtle back into what he's supposed to look like. I will mutate him back. I should probably be trying to follow the directions after what I just went through. I see what I did wrong. The arms are easier to when you're mutating him back, you need to take the thing that his arms is connected to and pull that upward so that it can hook in. And that is the thing that when you're actually mutating him, you need to push downward. And that was where my problem lied. I didn't know why he wouldn't fit through, and I need to read directions better. That's all. That's all that was. Thankfully for Raph, I'm able to figure things out enough to get him back into a piece of an actual Ninja Turtle looking shape. I'm not sure he feels too lucky with that expression though. Now I'll put his size back in his hands. He's got the wrist joints and all the other joints that Michelangelo had and lacked. So he did not have anything with his knees or legs. He can stand straight up, and as I mentioned, that looks more like a shell than Michelangelo's nunchucks do. Leonardo, same type of box as the others, where you see the mutations and the same story on the back, but it is all done up for Leonardo. Same way to open the box. Just cut the 2 pieces of tape over here on the side. Reach in and pull up, pull out, and actually pull Leo out of package. Leo has the same things, directions in one book. Okay. What? No! Leo was actually connected. Unlike the others, who were just popped right out of their packages nicely, Leo had little rubber bands. I have a big question for the Playmates people. Why? For many, many, many years, if your toy got bigger, those swords got bigger. And right now, I feel like Leo's gotten gypped twice on his poor swords. Does that look like Leo's holding his swords, or does it look like he's holding Kali sticks? Kali sticks? Or those tiny blades? This is not Leonardo's swords. Mikey's chucks are a bit small, but they're not as bad as that. Raph's eyes are perfect. Directions. Just like Raph, you pull that apart. So you got 2 halves of Leonardo. Slide the head back, and then you fold it down to the side. That's different. All the others, the head's tucked in. Open tabs. It shows opening these sides. And fold up blade A. I got it. It was a little tight, but I found out how to do it. This head goes into the actual blade and closes. That is actually a very nice design on hiding the turtle head, especially for a flat item like this. Pull arm out, slide down, then you push in. The other arm is now in. The arm splits in half. Spread it out to each side. Do that with both arms. And wrap around sword. It actually slides around the side, not down and sideways like the others. Twist legs and tuck toes under. Twist legs, tuck toes under. And then extend the blade. Oh, cool, the blades extend. I didn't even realize that. I've been so impressed with everything else on this. Had an easier time with him only because I actually read the directions the entire time as I did the mutation. This is really, really clever. I have extended blades. And really, Leonardo's got the best mutation out of the bunch. These are not long enough to be actual swords, but they are cool blades for knives. And I'm really impressed on how they're able to take a Ninja Turtle shaped toy and turn it into swords. And now I'm going to try and mutate him back a little bit faster than it took to mutate him into what I just mutated him as. He was a bit easier than Raph. 1 half of Leo already done. And then Leo just snaps together. Bring out his toes. And we have a mutated Leonardo. I've never thought of the turtles changing into their weapons before. It's not something that would have came across my mind. As a martial artist, I think the one that needs the most improvement is Mikey. And they could do that just by a little pull string where the chucks connect. That when you connect them, you're actually pulling it out a little bit and got enough room to do a decent swing. That's all that's needed. There would also be a nice touch if they made a place where you could actually put their weapons. Though I will say that Leo's swords can actually fit, when not in his hands, in his shell right behind his head. So I am amused with that. So he does have a holster, even though I don't think it's intended to be a holster. Now, all 3 of these turtles look like they are in unbearable pain. to have a good shot with them, it would be like getting a little toy lab table, strapping them down to it, and posing the Asian Bishop toy right over them, and having him look like he's about to dissect the turtles, because that is the expression that I feel these turtles actually have on them. They are not comfortable being turned into weapons. Whoever designed them, that is a great touch. I love it. Mikey's missing his freckles. There's not much detail. I mean, Raph doesn't even have his crack in his plastron. They really did skim on the actual details to make the turtles, but they did make for interesting mutations. If you like puzzles, things like that, these would be a good set for that. Mikey is the shortest. They did manage to stay with the sizing. The only thing's missing is Donatello. Can't do just 3 turtles, man. There's 4 of them. I want Donnie. I want my favorite weapon. And if you can make Leo into blades, you can turn Donnie into a bow staff easy enough. That shouldn't be too hard. Just saying. Just, just throwing it out there. I want Donatello. Playmates Toys, thank you for another interesting review of finding different toys to try and learn how to play with. That was different for me. That was new. And I like new news. Interesting, fun, creative, imaginative. It's something that kids can enjoy and learn from. So overall, awesome toys. Need Donatello. Need Donatello. Favorite turtle expression for their dire pain situation goes to Michelangelo. He just looks completely freaked out. I hope you guys join us for a lot more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle and other toy reviews here on Cowabunga Corner. We will catch you next time.